would do a house hack. So if you're not familiar with house hacking, the idea is that you purchase a piece of real estate that you can live in and you can rent out part of it at the same time. So we're currently in a rental here. Absolutely love this home. It's an ideal location, and we've lived here for 2 years. And part of our work while living here is to see if this neighborhood is a good place to purchase real estate. Purchasing real estate, obviously, you have to take out a lot of debt to do. So it's scary, but like you said, Marilee, like using it intentionally to build wealth. So wealthy people use debt to build more wealth. It is a tool that you can learn how to use in that way. And so we're looking at ways to, as we wait kind of till the right property comes into play, we're looking at ways that we could use different debt scenarios, or ways that we can take out debt. And so we're looking at like a traditional mortgage, right? A 30-year fixed rate mortgage. We have one of those on another investment property that we already have. We're looking at how can we use our equity from our first property to help us buy a second property. Because equity, the thing about real estate is you tie up a lot of money, right? So we have this equity that's just tied up. We can't use it, but you can. There are ways to take out debt against your equity. So I'm doing a lot of knowledge building right now about different ways that we can use debt to purchase a second piece of real estate that we would live in. So it would reduce our rent by having a renter in the basement in this example with a totally separate entrance, to help pay basically some of our living expenses, because rent or mortgage is your biggest expense for most people each month. So we're trying to learn a lot about that right now, of like what's the best next step for us. And you have to just be willing to take a certain amount of risk. But I know that my spending and paying off debt history is very strong, right? So I've built up enough financial literacy and enough skills and, muscle power to make sure that we can do that before. But it's a really exciting place to be, right? To be able to figure out, like you said, Marilee, put it into your business, put it into real estate. How can I use debt to actually boost our wealth at this point in time? And then the idea would be we would move out of that house and we'd have two rentals, right? And then you always have to have somewhere to live, though. So you always need to be thinking about like, am I paying rent, or am I paying a mortgage for where me and my family are living? But my situation is I have one teenager going to college next year, and then 2 more years my son leaves the house. And so it'll just be my husband and I. So we're also really looking at that longer term. We're not going to need a big family house like this. We're very nomadic. We've lived in 5 different countries. We're used to moving around. I know not everybody feels comfortable with that, but we actually use it as a strategy to build wealth. So, my husband and I will have much smaller needs in the near future. In 2 years, we don't need a big house. Do we want somewhere for our kids to come home to? Of course, but our kids also are used to moving around. And so we're also dreaming up like, where's that family place that the whole family will come to every year? And then they'll bring their families too, right? So debt can be very dynamic, and it can be a tool once you've gotten things into place. So as you can tell, I'm passionate and excited about that. So thanks for asking and bringing it up, Marilee.